Well, good afternoon, YouTube. I'm going to say welcome to the channel. I'm going to say my name's Dan, and I'm a bit of a beginner wood turner. I was going to say, and I recently set up my platform basically here on YouTube just to demonstrate some of the things that I've picked up as a beginner wood turner. I have been wood turning for around about 18 months, no more than 2 years. I'm saying I do a lot of my wood turning here on the Record Power Coronet Herald, and it's taught me a lot of things about tool placement, technique, etc. Now, it wasn't the initial lathe I actually started on. I actually started on a small mini Axminster lathe from the UK, and that taught me a lot of basics, basically about safety precautions, etc., and some of the things to take into consideration when wood turning. I do turn an awful lot of things like bowls, platters, vases, decorative items, that kind of thing, really. And since setting up the account around about 4.5 weeks ago, I've accumulated around about 2,800 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. And I can't thank you all enough for supporting my journey. And I do a lot of live streaming, so basically there's no room for error, really. And sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. I was going to say, I do use an awful lot of hardwoods from the UK, from oak to ash to beech to elm to alder. And basically, I'm going to be experimenting with some tropical woods and delving into the epoxy world, really, and trying to understand some of that technique, really, and trying to produce some different kind of styles of wood turning. But if that's any kind of use, really, and you want to see me improve as a wood turner and join me on this journey, and say I'd really, really appreciate any support, which is welcome at the channel. Any constructive feedback is always welcome. But I did start on carbide tools, and then I moved over to traditional tools, and then I couldn't really kind of get the technique, so I went back to carbide, and then I started getting back into the traditional tools. I do use both, I was going to say, but yeah, there are lots of things that I've picked up on my journey as a wood turner, and I think with many things like wood turning, it's always best to go out there and go and get a lesson from an experienced wood turner. And but yeah, my journey on YouTube is very, very new, and any support that's out there really would be massively appreciated. You say some of the mistakes I've made, I've always learned from them, literally during live streams, from catches, etc. But yeah, I mean, I taught myself basically most of the stuff I know about wood turning from that one lesson I received from a professional wood turner. The rest I came back, I did a lot of reading, a lot of research, lots and lots of practice, and lots of watching YouTube videos, etc. If you'd like to join me on my journey as a beginner wood turner, but my name's Dan, hopefully I shall see you back on the other side. But thanks for watching.